Hi, I'm Lorna Kleidman, and this is your KettleX tutorial on choosing a kettlebell, especially a fitness kettlebell, and what you should look for when you are buying a kettlebell. You can buy bells online. There are plenty of good bells online, but if you don't want to spend the shipping costs, you can always buy one at your local sports store, and I'll show you what you should look for. But first of all, I have a really cool bell that's an actual weight that they use in the marketplace, or used to use in the marketplace. This is from Ukraine, and my student Andre brought this back when he was visiting friends and relatives in Ukraine, so this is kind of cool. Of course, it wouldn't be used for fitness because you can't put your hand through, but this is an authentic bell, a weight. So what to look for with your fitness kettlebells are a nice balance, and I'll show you what creates the balance is the window, the height between the top of the body of the bell and the bottom of the handle. So you need this nice window. You don't want it to be too high or too low, because you need to be able to put your hand through and have space to do different movements, like the swing to home or a swing flip where you slip your hand through. And it's nice and comfortable because there's this space here. So these two bells, this is muscledriver.com, their black line, which I really like, and this has just a little bit of a texture, but not enough to affect your skin, but just a little bit of a texture. The second one I like that I've painted gold is the Kettlebell Concepts belt. So these are comparable, and you can see that the shape is comparable, right? So what I like is that the handle is a good standard width. It's not too thin, putting too much weight into the body of the bell, which would kind of displace the weight down too much, nor is it too thick. Okay, this is another comparable bell. These are all made in China. Muscle Driver is actually made in America, but Kettlebell Concepts and other stock bells are made in China. This is a good one. I like the feel of the handle, but as you can see, it's wobbly on the bottom. So this is going to be hard to do renegade rows with or travel with if you're doing those kinds of movements. So you want to make sure that it's solid on the bottom, as this is. This is solid, and this is solid on the bottom. It's not going to fall. This one is from Punch Kettlebells, also made in America, which is great. I like this because it has a definite texture. It's like a soft sandpaper. Which is great if you tend to perspire in your hands, but just be aware that it might feel a little gritty. It might, if you're using the bell for a long time, it might affect your hands a little bit and be uncomfortable. But I do like it. Now notice that the width of this window, of these windows, and this window is much narrower. So this one might be a little bit more challenging with passing drills because you don't have as much of a window to grab the corner as you do with these. There's much more room here for me to take and pass, whether it's with swings or torso circles or figure eights or what have you. Okay. Now, on that note, let's go to this brand, also made in China. You don't see this very often, but it is online. And this is a very wide handle. As you can see, it's a shorter window, and it's a square top. It's kind of a straight top. So this is a great bell if you're just doing double arm swings. Fantastic, because I've got plenty of room. But look, even I'm trying to connect my wrist to my thighs as I should in my swing, and it's too wide. So I'd have to do the swings down here, which you don't want to do. The other thing is when you swing this bell to home, right? It's so wide and it's kind of awkward. It feels like it's gonna fall. This is just too wide. So this is not gonna work. Okay. And the vinyl covering is a good idea. They market it to say that it's gonna save your wood floor, which is fine. But oftentimes the vinyl covering again makes for an unstable surface. So not always that good. Okay. So now let's go to this bell that's promoted, I believe, through The Biggest Loser. This is the concept is to protect the wrist, make it more comfortable. in the wrist. And I understand the concept, and it's a good concept. But it fails in the production quality of it, because in order to get this bell flush with your wrist and comfortable, so if I do a swing to home and I want to end here with it flush on my wrist, as it should be, right? But look at my wrist. It's extended back, which is going to be very uncomfortable in a few more reps. And we know through the other video tutorials, if you've seen them, that the best position is that cross-angled position in the hand. You bring the bell up to the home position. My wrist is straight, my hand is relaxed. Now I've just been holding this for a few seconds and my wrist is not comfortable. But this bell is supposed to be made for comfort. It doesn't work. In the design, it doesn't work. Okay? So I'm swinging this bell to home. I slip my hand through. My wrist is comfortable. My wrist is straight. Very comfortable position. This is not comfortable. My wrist is back. So if I try to emulate, if I try to create this same position here, as I have with this, you can see that this is not, the design just doesn't work. Okay? So that's that. So these are the fitness bells. The competition bells are all one standard size. How you differentiate between the weights is by color. So the yellows are 16 kg. In general, the blues are 12 kg, and so on. Okay. This is a really cool Russian bell that was originally 10 kg. And I love this bell for my warm-ups. I filled it with lead shot to 12 kg. And then finally I filled it to 13 kg through the bottom of the bell. So the Russian bells, you can fill with sand or lead shot, or if you really want a displacement, you can fill it with coins, and the coins will slip around as you swing it, and it really, it's great for neuromuscular functioning. But now this screw has rusted, so I can't go back in there and change it, which is fine, because it stays at a 13 kg, which is really a nice weight. And this is a great bell. I love it. It's got a nice gripped handle. The chalk sticks on it. Now, the same gentleman that I got this 10 kg bell from, I got this authentic Russian bell. This is an Etalon bell. And again, it has the screw in the bottom so you can adjust it. But it is not very long that you can adjust it, because again, it rusts. It wears out, and you just use it as the 16 kg. Okay, so this is an authentic Russian bell, and I stripped the paint off of it to get down to the iron, which most people do. Now this is a bell from World Kettlebell Club, which is a 16 kg, great bell. This is made in China from a mold, and you can see the difference in the handle width. So this is, the Russian bell is traditionally 35 millimeters, and this is about 33 millimeters. Give or take, half a millimeter or a millimeter, it depends. Each bell a little bit different. But traditionally the Russian bells are a little bit thicker. So if you're competing, especially in an event like a snatch where your grip is of utmost importance, I would recommend training with a thicker handle. Because once you've been training for months and your hip drive is powerful, your leg drive is powerful, and if you compete with this bell, after you've trained with a thicker handle, you'll do very well, because this one's just a little bit easier on the grip. If you want information about buying the authentic Russian bells, I can give you the source. He's in San Diego. There's really only one place I know of that sells these bells, and they're really great, well balanced. So are these bells, but I really like the, it's just fun to have the Russian bells in your collection, along with all your other competition bells. So if you have any questions, just contact me at lorna@lornafit.com. I hope that explains some of the mystery about how to choose a kettlebell. And have fun, practice, and I'll talk to you later.